Hey everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Brain.
And I'm Anna. We're so glad you're joining us today for another fun and helpful episode.
That's right. If you're new here, this podcast is all about helping you improve your English in a simple, natural, and practical way.
Exactly. And in today's episode, we're talking about something super common and super useful daily routines.
We all have one, right? Whether you're a student, a professional, or just someone trying to organize your day better, knowing how to talk about your daily routine in English is a must.
You'll learn how to describe your morning, afternoon, and evening routines using common phrases and vocabulary. Plus, we'll do a little role play to help you practice speaking.
So if you've ever wondered how to say things like, I wake up at 7, or I take a shower before breakfast, or even I scroll my phone for too long before sleeping, today's episode is for you.
And of course, we'll keep things relaxed and fun like always. So grab a notebook or just listen along while you're doing your own routine.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends who are also learning English. Every little bit helps.
All right, are you ready to dive into the world of daily routines?
Let's do it! All right. So let's start with the big question. Why should English learners care about talking about daily routines?
Great question. The simple answer is because it's something we all do. Talking about your daily routine is one of the most common topics in everyday conversations. Whether you're meeting someone new, chatting with classmates, or just practicing English, it comes up all the time.
Exactly. Think about it. When someone asks you, what's your typical day like? Or what do you usually do on weekdays? You need to know how to answer that clearly and confidently.
And it's not just about vocabulary, it's also about fluency and confidence. Talking about your daily routine helps you use verbs in the present simple tense practice time expressions and get better at putting sentences together quickly.
Yeah, daily routines are a great way to build a strong foundation in English. And here's another reason it helps you connect with people. When you can share something personal and relatable, like what you do every morning, it creates a natural conversation.
Right. People love to compare routines like, oh, you drink coffee first, I drink tea, or you go to the gym after work, I do it before breakfast.
Haha, exactly. It's a great way to keep the conversation flowing. Plus, learning how to describe your daily habits helps you organize your thoughts in English, and that's a big step toward thinking in English.
And if you're preparing for speaking tests like the IELTS or TOEFL, guess what you might get asked about your daily life? Questions like, describe your morning routine or what do you usually do after work?
So whether you're learning English for school, travel, or just daily life, this topic is not only important, it's practical.
Couldn't agree more. So now that we know why it matters, let's break it down and start talking about the first part of the day, the morning.
Get ready for some real-life vocabulary and phrases you can use every single day.
Okay, let's jump into the first part of the day, the morning. Probably the most important routine for many of us.
Totally. So, let's talk about common morning routine actions. First one, wake up. Simple, but super useful.
Yeah, you can say I wake up at 6 a.m. or I usually wake up early on weekdays.
Next is get up. Now, this one is different from wake up. You might wake up at 6, but you don't get up until 6:30, right?
Haha, exactly. Wake up means you open your eyes. Get up means you actually leave the bed.
So you could say, I wake up at 6, but I don't get up until 6:30.
Love that. Okay, next, brush my teeth. That's usually the first thing people do, right?
For sure. You can say, I brush my teeth as soon as I get up, or I brush my teeth after breakfast. Both are fine. It depends on your routine.
Then we've got take a shower or have a shower. Same meaning.
Right. In American English, people usually say, take a shower. In British English, they say, have a shower.
So an example. I take a quick shower every morning before work.
Or I don't like cold showers, especially in winter. That's me, by the way.
Haha, me too. All right, next get dressed. It's a simple one, but learners sometimes say wear my clothes. It's better to say get dressed.
So you can say, I get dressed after I take a shower, or I get dressed for school at 7:30.
Now how about breakfast?
Oh yeah, I make breakfast, I eat breakfast, or I skip breakfast. All great phrases.
Skip breakfast means you don't eat anything in the morning. Some people do that on purpose.
Exactly. And don't forget, I have a cup of coffee is a super common sentence too. Most people start the day with coffee or tea.
Brain, what's the first thing you do in the morning?
I usually hit snooze on my alarm. Then I slowly get up, brush my teeth, and go straight to the kitchen for coffee. No shower until later.
Haha, sounds familiar. I wake up, check my phone for a few minutes guilty. Then I take a shower and have a light breakfast.
See, we all have different routines, but the key is learning how to talk about them clearly in English.
Exactly. Let's do a quick list of the key phrases we covered so far.
Sure. Wake up, get up, brush my teeth, take a shower, get dressed, make breakfast, eat breakfast, skip breakfast, have coffee or tea.
Perfect. And remember, you don't have to use all of them. Just pick the ones that match your real morning.
All right, now that we've tackled the morning, let's move on to the next part of the day, the afternoon routine. All right, now let's talk about the afternoon, usually the busiest part of the day for most people.
Yes, whether you're at school, at work, or doing something at home, there's always something going on in the afternoon. Let's start with some useful phrases.
Sure, one of the most common is go to work or start work. For example, I start work at 9 a.m. or I go to work by bus.
If you're a student, you might say, I go to school or I have classes until 3 p.m.
Good one. Then we have lunch. It's simple, but super useful. I have lunch at noon, or I usually eat lunch with my coworkers.
You can also say, grab a quick lunch if you don't have much time. For example, I usually grab a quick lunch at my desk.
That's very common, especially in busy jobs. Then, after lunch, you might take a break. You can say, I take a short break around 2 p.m. to stretch or have tea.
Yeah, breaks are important. Another phrase is attend meetings. If you work in an office, this comes up a lot. I have a team meeting every afternoon.
Or if you're studying, you could say, I study in the afternoon, or I go to the library after lunch.
Let's talk about commuting a bit. Some people work from home, others commute to the office. So you can say, I commute to work, or I work remotely in the afternoon.
Here's a fun question. Anna, what do you usually do in the afternoon?
I usually finish my main work tasks right after lunch. Around 3 p.m., I like to take a quick walk or just get some fresh air. What about you?
Nice! I'm usually glued to my computer until around 4. Then I make a coffee and take a short break before finishing up my work for the day.
Sounds like a productive afternoon. So let's quickly go over the key vocabulary.
Yeah, here we go. Go to work, go to school, start work, have lunch, grab lunch, take a break, attend meetings, study, commute, work remotely.
Perfect. These phrases will help you describe your afternoon clearly, whether you're a student or a working professional.
All right, coming up next, we'll talk about the evening and night routines and some relaxing ways to end your day all in English.
All right, now it's time to wind down and talk about the final part of the day, evening and night routines.
Yes, after a long day, we all have some habits to relax or get ready for bed. Let's start with a common one, get home. For example, I usually get home around 6 p.m.
Right. After that, many people cook dinner or order food if they're too tired. You could say, I cook dinner at 7 or I order takeout on busy days.
And then, of course, eat dinner. I usually eat dinner with my family. Or I eat while watching TV, not the healthiest, but very real.
Haha, true. After dinner, a lot of people like to relax. You might say, I watch a movie, I read a book, or I scroll through my phone for a while.
Yeah, I'm guilty of the scrolling one. Another good phrase is do the dishes or clean up the kitchen. Not fun, but necessary.
Definitely. And for parents, evening might include helping kids with homework or getting them ready for bed.
Then, as the night gets closer, we move to bedtime routines. A useful phrase here is get ready for bed. For example, I get ready for bed at 10 p.m.
Exactly. That can include brushing your teeth, washing your face, or even preparing clothes for the next day. Some people also say, I wind down by listening to soft music or meditating.
Another simple one is go to bed. You can say, I usually go to bed around 11 or I try to sleep early on weekdays.
And one more phrase that learners might like fall asleep. I fall asleep quickly or I have trouble falling asleep.
All right, let's quickly list out the key phrases we just covered.
Here we go. Get home, cook dinner, order, food, eat dinner, relax, watch TV, read a book, do the dishes, get ready for bed, go to bed, fall asleep, wind down.
These are all great for everyday conversations. And here's a tip. Try to describe your real evening routine using these phrases. Practice out loud or write it down.
Yes. And don't worry about being perfect. The more you practice talking about your day, the more natural your English will become.
All right, coming up next, Anna and I will do a short daily routine role play so you can hear how all these phrases sound in real conversation. All right, now it's time to bring everything together. Anna and I will do a short, natural conversation where we talk about our daily routines using the vocabulary we've learned so far.
Yep. And if you're listening, try to follow along and notice the key phrases. Maybe even repeat them after us.
So, Anna, what's your daily routine like?
Well, I usually wake up around 6:30. I get up by 6:45, then I go straight to the bathroom to brush my teeth and take a quick shower. After that, I get dressed and make some breakfast, usually just toast and tea.
Nice! I'm a bit slower in the morning. I wake up around 7, but I don't get up until 7:30. I check my phone for a few minutes, then finally roll out of bed. I skip breakfast sometimes and just grab a cup of coffee.
Oof, skipping breakfast? That's tough. After I eat, I usually leave for work by 8:15. I start work at 9 and have meetings until noon.
Yeah, my afternoons are pretty packed too. I usually have lunch around 12:30. Sometimes I grab something quick at a cafe. Then I get back to work, answer emails, and try to finish my tasks by 5.
Same here. I get home around 6, cook dinner, and try to relax a bit, maybe watch a show or read. After dinner, I do the dishes and then just chill out.
I like to go for a walk after dinner. Then I get ready for bed around 10:30. Brush my teeth, maybe listen to a podcast. Then I go to bed by 11 and hopefully fall asleep quickly.
Sounds like a solid routine. It's great how many useful phrases we used without even trying.
Exactly, that's the point. Once you learn how to talk about your routine, it becomes second nature.
And if you're listening right now, try to talk about your own daily routine in English. It's one of the best ways to build confidence.
Coming up next, we're going to talk about some useful time expressions that can help make your routine sound more natural and fluent. All right, it's time for one of my favorite parts of the show, our English learning tip.
Yes, and today's tip is use your daily routine to practice English every day. Seriously, your routine is one of the best tools for language learning.
That's right. Think about it. You do the same things every day. Waking up, eating, working, relaxing. Why not use those moments to build your vocabulary and speaking skills?
Exactly. Here's a simple tip. Narrate your day in English either out loud or in your head. For example, when you wake up, say to yourself, I'm getting up. Now I'm brushing my teeth. I'm taking a shower.
You're not just going through the motions, you're thinking in English, and that's powerful. It makes English part of your real life, not just a subject.
Another tip is to write down your daily routine in a journal, just a few sentences each day. Like, today I had breakfast at 8, worked from 9 to 5, and went for a walk in the evening.
That's a great idea. You can even record yourself speaking about your day and listen back. This helps improve pronunciation and builds confidence.
And don't worry if your sentences are simple. The goal is fluency, not perfection. As you repeat these routines daily, your English will become smoother and faster.
So to recap, narrate your actions in English. Write or speak about your day. Repeat the same phrases to build fluency. Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep going.
Turn your daily life into your classroom, and your English will improve naturally, step by step.
Coming up next, we're going to help you with a simple listener challenge to apply everything we've talked about today. Okay, listeners, it's challenge time. Let's put your English into action with a fun and simple task.
Here's your challenge. Describe your daily routine in English. You can say it out loud, write it in a notebook, or even record a short voice message.
To help you get started, here's a quick structure you can follow. 1. Morning. What time do you wake up? What do you do first? 2. Afternoon. Do you study or work? What do you eat for lunch? 3rd evening, night. How do you relax? When do you go to bed?
And here's the extra challenge. Try to use at least 5 new phrases you learned from today's episode. For example, get dressed, grab lunch, attend meetings, relax, fall asleep.
Nice! You can even practice with a friend or post it on social media with the hashtag English Learning Podcast so we can see it.
The more you use English in your real life, the faster you'll improve, and challenges like this make it fun and practical.
So go for it. Describe your daily routine in English and remember, don't aim for perfect, aim for progress.
We believe in you. You've got this.
Up next, it's time to wrap up today's episode with a quick review and final thoughts.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about a few common mistakes learners make when talking about their daily routine in English.
Yes, mistake number 1, using the present continuous instead of the simple present for routines.
Exactly. Many learners say, I am waking up at 7 a.m. when they should say, I wake up at 7 a.m.
Right. The simple present tense is used for habits and routines, things you do regularly.
Mistake number 2, forgetting the S for he, she, it. For example, saying she eat lunch at noon instead of she eats lunch at noon.
That small S makes a big difference. Always remember, he works, she gets up, it starts.
And one more, learners often say, I do breakfast or I take dinner. The correct way is I have breakfast or I eat dinner.
Exactly. So, remember, use simple present for routines. Add S with he, she, it. Use have or eat for meals.
Fixing these small things can make your English sound much more natural.
All right, let's bring it all together with our final recap and goodbye. Well, that's a wrap for today's episode on talking about your daily routine. We covered everything from morning habits to evening wind downs, plus lots of useful phrases you can start using right now.
Yes. Remember, talking about your routine is a great way to practice English naturally every day. It helps you build vocabulary, improve fluency, and gain confidence.
Don't forget our challenge. Describe your daily routine using the phrases we shared, and share it with us if you can.
Thanks for spending time with us today. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and you'll see your English improve step by step.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends who are learning English too.
And we'd love to hear your questions or suggestions for future episodes. Just leave a comment below.
Thanks again, everyone. Have a great day and keep speaking English every day.
See you next time on the English Learning Podcast.
All right, everyone. That's all for today's episode of the English Learning Podcast.
Thanks so much for listening and practicing English with us. Remember, consistency is key. Keep speaking and using what you learn every day.
If you found today's episode helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more great English learning content.
And share this podcast with your friends who want to improve their English too.
We'll see you next time with another exciting episode.
Take care, stay motivated, and keep learning.
Bye for now.